Here's your Dingo chat. It's Queen David. Yikes, Dave. Sigma Alpha Beta. Sexual harassment. Triggered. Self-owned. Lock it in. Boring. Sweetheart. Misogyny. Ableism. Argues with chat. Rare W. Worries about testosterone. Yelling. Eepy. Go fuck yourself. NPC dialogue tree. Big mad. Worries about money. No, 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 no. Video rewatch. Pedo. Just make shit up. Again. Illiterate. Again. Need to do lamps? Oh, right. These aren't the lamps. These aren't the lamps. Those were the old lamps. They tricked me. I looked up there and I was like, oh, I don't have to do any lamps. I don't know. I don't know what Kenny's gonna get. I put Polly there for now. We'll see. AK. What I do? What? And Ranthor. What would you want? Oh no. AK. I'm gonna go. Give me program. Fuck. You do OG. I almost picked OG. I almost did. Appreciate that. And then whatever Ranthor wants. I burnt my mouth last night eating a sip of gumbo I made. These big idiots attract us all the food and they pen us when we win. Hey, how dare you call me a big idiot? How dare you? Yeah, I burnt my mouth. I was too overzealous, dude. I thought it was safe, but it wasn't safe, guys. I fucked up. Dude. All right, I got Pan too. Thank you, Ranthor. Thank you all the lampers and everybody in the whole world. The whole wide world. Why are those fucked up? I don't know. We're not going to move it. The Dingo car is sometimes different sizes. Am I zoomed in or something? No, it's 100. Why is that different? What changed? Usually it's a little bit like... I don't know. Feels smaller. Feels like we usually get to do more like this. But that would be too close, so it couldn't be. I don't know. I'm just going to go to like here. It's a decent size. He's going to... Queen Dave... I'm sorry, her. She's going to read 107 Days by Kamala Harris. Okay? And take it real serious, guys. This is a literary criticism. Okay? We're talking... He worked real hard on this.
Okay, here is my long-awaited
Okay.
review of Kamala Harris's book.
Mispronounces? Do I mispronounce? Fuck.
107 Days. I'm going to be reading certain passages from this book, along with going over everyone that she blamed for her loss except her own damn self. All right, let's start. Joe Biden, she blamed him within the first 3 pages of the book. Steve Ricchetti, Matt Donnellan, Anita Dunn, Joe Biden's entire staff. She somehow didn't think she'd have any challenges with 107 days and Joe's endorsement. She loved to use the term joyful warriors peppered throughout this book. It only took her 22 pages for her to basically let everyone know that women get judged for their appearance. Yes, Kamala, but it's not by men. It's by other women.
I can tell he's yelling throughout this.
Complain about Trump being a rich kid, joked about his bankruptcy, even though...
Do we have misogyny? There we go.
Trump owns over 500 companies, or at least the Trump Group owns over 500 companies. And Trump has never declared...
Imagine how camp Dave could be if he talked like this. Imagine how fun it would be all the time. If Dave was just a drag queen, oh my God. He wouldn't even have to be woke. Not really. No. What this is an edited version of this guy's video, who is very right-wing, in a very popular format called Queen Dave, because he is a very catty, sassy little guy in the closet. while doing this, so the Queen Dave filter has been applied by Poonages. But if for some reason you wish to watch this as it came, Dave's Opinions, dude. Go to Dave's Opinions.
Okay.
So here's the haggard fella we're actually watching. Oops.
Here is my long-awaited review of Kamala Harris's book, 107 Days. I'm going to be reading certain passages from this book, along with going over everyone that she blamed for her loss. Matt Donnellan, Anita Dunn, Joe challenges with 107 staff. She somehow didn't think she'd have any challenges with 107 days and Joe's endorsement. She loved to use the term joyful warriors peppered throughout this book. It only took her 22 pages for her to...
This must be his notes.
Basically let everyone know that the group owns over 500 companies. And Trump has never declared personal bankruptcy.
Oh, I'm sorry. We skipped ahead. I skipped over the minute 9. Whoa.
It's by other women.
Yeah, so here you go.
But it's not women.
Here you go. So you can understand why Queen Dave happens. This phrase right here.
Joyful warriors peppered throughout this book.
Sorry, I fucked it up.
It only took her 22 pages for her to basically let everyone know that women get judged for their appearance. Yes, Kamala, but it's not by men. It's by other women. Complain about...
Goes back to his notes. Anyway, we're going to do it in Poonage's format because it's more fun and whimsical. Just so wrong. I'm sure we'll get some illiteracy anyway, but mispronounces. Kamala.
Personal bankruptcy. Trump has declared business bankruptcy.
So much better.
There is a difference between the two. And yes, it's a smart move to do if your business is dying.
Dying?
Or a business you own is dying. She still is lying about working at Walmart.
Where's
There's
that money?
virtually no proof of her ever working at Walmart. She whines about Joe not thinking she's loyal. She blamed Karine Jean-Pierre. She basically accused the Joe Biden staff of making her look bad. Joe Biden's entire staff and team also get thrown under the bus, by the way. She blames Netanyahu.
Well, good.
The anti-Israel protesters. She talks about Trump like he's Satan. She blames J.D. Vance. She blames various fire marshals throughout the book. They were letting out people in. They didn't do this. They didn't do that.
The fire marshals? Wow. It's interesting because I think maybe Dave and I align on Kamala is coping. Kamala's coping?
She blames, of all people, CNN and Dana Bash for making her look old and tired. See a pattern here? Everyone sucks but me. She
Yeah, Dave. See a pattern here? Everyone sucks but me. Self-own.
blames Joe Biden repeatedly. She blames...
I definitely would blame Joe Biden. I mean, Joe Biden is definitely the first person that's wrong with this for not stepping the fuck down. Does she say that? Does she say that Joe should have stepped down? Or what? That's the only correct take to have. He should not have run at all. Obviously, everyone knew that. No one wanted him to run, and then when he did, it took a lot of fucking people's hope out. He's stupid.
Of all people, Andrew Tate and Myron Gaines. But then just says fuck it and throws every young male voter under the bus.
Fuck it?
Yeah, geez, maybe the young men didn't want to get on the eat shit young men and die party.
Wow. NPC dialogue tree. He says that every time. Calling the book 107 Days is a jab directly at Joe? Yeah. So, but here's the fucking thing. If she's willing to burn the bridge now because she fucking lost, actually, she should have been willing to fucking do it in the beginning and she would have won. The dumb motherfucker, Kamala, if she would have separated herself from Joe Biden and said, I'm against this genocide, I want it to stop, like, which she doesn't believe, obviously, or she would have done that, right? Or she wants fucking health. You know, she had these takes and she was actually different. She would have stood out and done that and won the fucking election easily, frankly.
Whether she had fucking 107 days or 57 days. No one wanted this Donald Trump shit except for Trumpers and people who were like, well, I don't have anyone that's giving me a good choice. I guess I'm going to go with... Their line was, I had more money in my pocket when Trump was president than when Joe Biden was. But that was, of course, because of the COVID shit that Trump fumbled, right? And then they mobilized against Joe Biden's handling of it, which I thought was decent, but not great. You know what I mean? Liberals.
She blames the media.
You know, going to corporations for all this shit.
Even though the media did everything in its collective power to try to get her into office. She then blames she only had 107 days. She blames Trump immigration's rhetoric, or was he speaking the truth? That's why he bought it, or we bought it. She blames social media. She blames social media again. Every celebrity endorsed Kamala Harris with a few exceptions. Every newscaster with some exceptions endorsed Kamala Harris. She blames Marjorie Taylor Greene, not sure what the fuck she had to do with that. She blames a lack of debate. She then goes on and says that the debate between J.D. Vance and Tim Walz sunk her. Yeah, because Walz looked like a wimp. If only that...
Walz is a wimp, though. Walz is a wimp. Although I don't think in the J.D. Vance debate he did that bad. He just wasn't very good. I don't think J.D. Vance did very good. It just wasn't as bad. Like, Joe Biden was so fucking dog shit, dude. Democrats are embarrassing, man. It's liberals. They neutered Walz on purpose, and now he's fucking still neutered. The guy's a little wimp now. Especially against this ICE shit.
That was the worst thing that happened to Walz. She blames the $750 payments to the victims of Hurricane Helena. She blames 60 Minutes and the Trump lawsuit. By the way, the lawsuit was filed or settled after the election, sweetheart. She blames the LA Times, the Washington Post. She blames
the Washington Post. Oh my god.
Jeff Bezos and Jeff Bezos' wife's tits. The
what?
Transgender ad that was just a recording of what she said in an interview. She of course blames Elon Musk. It's almost at the end of the book. I'm shocked he wasn't on page 2.
What are you looking at hearing? Oh, well, this is a very finely tuned bingo. As interpreted by someone. This is the worst guy ever, but luckily he's here edited into a more palatable form, which is Queen Dave. Much better. I've not read the sources. Dude, now I'm having people pop in during a Poonages video, and I have to explain myself. Like it's my fault. This has happened twice now. I had to explain myself for Poonages. Fuck. Streamer cursed.
Repeats the lie that the election was close. It wasn't. She blames Joe Rogan's. She blames her own staff. And now I'll start reading some of the passages that I highlighted in the book. For
Great. I'm excited to hear Dave read. I hope he can.
This one is on 139.
Boring.
And I quote, that a woman and a person of color could be at the podium accepting the nomination. Yeah, we've already had a woman accept the nomination and she lost. And we had a person of color accept the nomination and he won. It was called Barack Obama. You are not new. There was...
I guess we have...
nothing unique and new about you. Oh, except you were both of them. Well, guess what? You are a shittier candidate than both of them.
I don't agree that she's shittier than... I think she's better than Hillary. I definitely think she's better than Hillary. Hillary just had the advantage of a primary. Dave doesn't understand intersectionality. Look, I know. He doesn't understand anything. Intersectionality would take like 3 degrees of thinking, and it's just like, I just want this guy to be like self-aware to some degree. I think that would be just 1 degree. That'd be okay. They rat fucked Bernie. They did. Bernie would have won. Definitely.
Next is on 143. It's a 143 or 144. I was on 144. Okay.
just edit this shit, man.
In a statement that day,
Why doesn't he just edit?
Donald Trump blamed the shooting on a sick and deranged monster. He did not mention the gun. Yes, Kamala, because a sick, deranged monster was the one that aimed the gun, loaded the gun, and shot the gun. I have yet to meet the gun that can load itself, point itself, and fire itself.
That's definitely a thing. Turret, that's a thing. They make those. They use them. The IDF uses this kind of technology on children a lot too. The the argument here is a liberal one, and that's okay. I mean, definitely, if there were checks in place to keep people that were fucked up from getting a gun, it would help. But at this point, I don't care. Fuck this destabilized fascist system. The idea of that is only going to work in a place where people have their needs met. Otherwise, they're just always going to get a hold of this kind of shit and use it on each other because they have to live. And sometimes they're going to be, weird, and sometimes they're going to shoot at the president with guns because he's bad, and you're just going to have to live with that if you like the Second Amendment, I guess. Charlie Kirk.
A gun is an inanimate object. Guns do not kill people. People kill people.
God, he's so stupid. Fucking 1980s NRA argument, I guess. What is this? Punk? Punk? Punk.
They just use guns to do it.
I don't have dumb as shit, but I would click it if I did. Oh my god. Hearing him fucking breathe into the Dave filter.
See here, 160 something or other. But don't have it.
Why would you keep this?
Or whatever. She says this about gun controls. If somebody breaks into my house, they'll get shot. Yes, that's generally the point of having a gun. But it's the truth. I've never made a big deal of being a gun owner, but I have reason to have a handgun. I store it securely, and I know how to use it. Yeah, good advice. But again, your gun...
Again! Sexual harassment, here we go.
...kills someone will be by your hand, not on its own. And then she goes on to say...
Not necessarily. A kid could grab a gun and blow their own head off. It happens all the time in gun-owning homes. I mean, it just does. It doesn't have to be because you fucking aimed it at somebody. It could fall on the ground and go off, dude. I've seen an ICE officer do that.
Hey, a few...
Do you see the ICE officer put the fucking... We'll call him an ICE officer, a Nazi. Do you see him... He grabbed a shotgun, pointed it, and brandished it at a bunch of people, and then he stuck it between his legs while he was standing in the snow, like sort of teetering, and then he very clumsily grabbed like a fucking smoke grenade and threw it at people. Anyway, that would have been... Can you imagine if the left was actually violent? That guy'd be dead. That's a dead man right there. in a place where he isn't the only guy being a freak. If there were other people actually being violent, dead guy. Obviously. Between your legs, where all guns belong. Yeah.
Paragraphs later, he should have been blaming the lax gun laws
Illiterate.
he championed, since the arrested man who had a criminal record had been flagged by the FBI as being illegally in possession of weapons, including a fully automatic machine gun. Despite numerous convictions, he obviously had no trouble obtaining a lethal weapon. Yeah, it's amazing. Criminals break the law.
Criminals break the law. It's sort of a bootstrap paradox, isn't it? Well, yeah, if you call someone a criminal for doing a thing you label criminal, now they're a criminal and they've broken a law. The only way to be a criminal is to accuse someone of breaking the law. You know what I mean? Like, it just sort of fucking feeds back on itself. Idiot.
Heroin has been illegal forever and a day.
Oh.
People still get it. You can find it at pretty much any county fucking fair.
Okay. So do you think it should be like regulated or something? Like what? or you're just like, it should be illegal. So you agree that just making it illegal is not a viable tact. And so the conservative response to drugs doesn't work. You agree with that. You're like, well, you can just find it at a county fair next to the fucking, elephant ears, which sounds delicious. So, like, what if we took a proactive approach? Can we imagine? What if we gave people a safe place to do it while also getting the hell tear to get off of it? Huh? Guess I'm woke or something. Nah, we should do it at the bus stop instead. You're right.
And we'll move over to page 174. I hadn't believed it, but now I was experiencing it. And then a reality check. He's a con man. He's really good at it. That's every fucking politician. Bernie Sanders is a con man. Zoran Mandani is a con man.
The two most honest versions of politicians we have, and he's like actually just as con man as Donald Trump, who is literally using the office to enrich himself and steal from the American people right now. Yeah. Here we go. Look at that. Just make shit up. If he says pedo shit, that's a bingo. If he sexually harasses somebody, that's a bingo. If he does both at the same exact time, it's only one bingo. So you better hope those are separate events.
Jason Carter, eulogizing his grandfather, observed that Jimmy Carter was the same person no matter who he was or where he was. And for me, that's the definition of integrity. Trump epitomized the exact opposite. Trump's pretty much the same, dude. Anytime you meet him. At least from what I've heard. I've never met the man in public. I rented myself for a phone call.
I've never met the man in public. You've never met him anywhere. What?
Conversation with Mr. Hyde, but Dr. Jekyll picked up the call. Oh, because Trump was nice to you. Would you prefer he treated you like a complete bitch the entire time?
The Queen Dave. A complete batch the entire time. That's funny, dude. So yeah, Trump's a fucking loser, man. He's a manipulative guy. Yeah, I'm not surprised that the liberal Kamala Harris was, like, wait, he's actually being nice to me. Yeah, I'm not surprised. She just couldn't believe he's actually a con man. Donald Trump? He's like famously been a con man his whole life before politics.
And then on page 192, she says this: no sooner did we pass a law than the gun lobby filed suit and a conservative court overturned it. Yeah, because pretty much the way our Constitution works, any gun control is unconstitutional. The right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. What part of that do you not understand, my dear?
But you don't care about the Fourth Amendment. So why the fuck shall not be infringed? It is by the government. ICE just took that guy's gun a second ago, you know? And then they killed him. They killed him for having his Second Amendment. You don't care about this. Fake motherfucker. He doesn't care.
And boy howdy, I really hope you run in 28, because I'm gonna have fun. Meanwhile, the lawless found ways to get around the scant regulations still in place. Yes, it's almost like criminals don't follow the law.
Criminals don't follow the law. Well, what's the law? What laws are we breaking here?
They get their guns not at the local gun shop.
Right. Right. So, shall not be infringed. It's a universal thing, but also you have to get your gun legally. You know what I mean? So clearly you agree that it can be infringed in some way. You must get it from some source. I thought you were an absolutist. Suddenly there's guardrails here. He can't even think, man.
Sports store or anything of the sort. They go to Bill in the back alley.
Shall not be infringed. Who cares? Suddenly you care?
And buy guns from his windowless van. Again, heroin has been illegal forever and a day. You can still find it at any county fair.
Why is he replying? Why is he saying that again? God damn it. Why does he have heroin? Why is Dave you know what? That he managed to tuck all this shit in is actually a feat. So that's pretty strong stuff. No joke, I have sometimes listened to that kind of stuff when I'm just chilling and writing because sometimes I don't want to listen. This was up here. I literally, you can see I listen to this all the time. I just pulled this up. We'll just be like this sometimes. Because I have tinnitus. And this, it doesn't kill it entirely, but it's kind of nice and it's lower. I love an ambient. This is a good ambient. Anyway. So that's immediately what I thought when you did that. Pretty good. So I like it's not even ambient music. It's just, I mean, you can call it music. Ambience. Just ambience at all. It doesn't have to be music even. It could just be noise. Sometimes I don't want to listen to music, you know? Heroin has only been illegal for less than 100 years. Most drugs were legal during the 1800s and early 1900s. Well, we don't have any fucking freedom anymore, do we?
And then there's this on page 294. No, 194, excuse me. There is a bleak, tragic history in the commentary, or in this country, of demonizing immigrants. Jewish refugees who were denied entry when fleeing annihilation in Nazi Germany. America did not know about the concentration camps nor the genocide until after World War II, or when...
And you don't care now. I think Dave is going to run and hide and maybe Mott and Bailey that by saying the general public didn't know about it as much as the American government did and the people who were there until later because information moved a little slower, but it was definitely coming out. When did he say?
When fleeing annihilation in Nazi Germany, America did not know about the concentration camps nor the genocide until after World War II.
No, totally wrong. Definitely totally wrong. Yeah, really awful.
Or when World War II was damn near done. The Chinese, the Italians, the Irish, who were hated, vilified, and slandered in almost the same terms as the right uses today against today's migrants. Well, yeah, the Chinese were, but again, they were not assimilating, and they were bringing a lot of bad stuff over at the time. Sure were the Italians, sure. As for the Irish, they were largely brought over as indentured servants, and they were treated worse than slaves. So again, Kamala, if you're going to...
I mean, 1800s racism. Yeah, old-timey racism. I don't know. Musket implements? Musket? No, they had rifling in the 1800s. This guy's never watched Band of Brothers, no. I watched it in history class. I had a veteran of war social studies teacher who wanted us to relive World War II.
Use these historical comparisons, you might actually want to read history. As for the Italians, once they started selling pizza, everything was cool. And as for today's migrant, we're not talking about people who legally came here. Almost all of these people came in a legal way, or a way that was...
This is the same argument the Nazis make. It's the same.
Legal at the time.
Yeah.
We're talking about illegal migrants, my dear.
No, you're not. I'm going to mention this every time, but they're taking people after, like literally right after they have taken the legal method and done all the correct things to get citizenship. They are deporting them after the fact. Not even deporting them, detaining them. They're not even really deporting people right now. They're detaining them and keeping them in camps, and they're dying, kind of. There's a lot of people just dying in camps. It's concentration camps. They've killed 9 people so far after killing 25 last year. It's only going to get worse. We need to fill these camps with MAGA. Not a joke. They're all criminals. They're all domestic terrorists. Yeah, he's incredibly wrong.
There is a huge difference between the two. And finally, on page 195...
Nazis passed laws to remove citizenship. Oh, like talking about removing birthright citizenship? That's crazy. Whoa.
She sums up this chapter with, I was the one who walked through tunnels that traffickers used to smuggle contraband and broken up a heroin trafficking ring connected with Mexico, our Mexican cartels. I'd done the hard work to bring criminals to justice and relief to the families of their victims, while you were leaving the border wider open than Megan Fox's cunt.
There you go. Sexual harassment. Well, there's a bingo, isn't it? There we go. I do like that Kamala Harris is re-campaigning for an election she lost on the same shit. Bet your bingies. Bet your goddamn bingies, chat. I'm hungry, dude. I want food. What time is it? 1:42? Good God. Pizza in the fridge? What kind? What's on it? Gnome pickles? Better not be fucking pickles. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah. 1 minute. Pedo stuff is the only bingo on the board right now. Fried pickles. Cheese and a little hot sauce? Just cheese?